What's up, guys? It's Dave. Today we are making unfried fried chicken. And you're probably saying, how do you make unfried fried chicken? In a nutshell, I bread some chicken and then I bake it. But I have a couple of tips and tricks that I think make it better. This is a meal that my kids really love. They love, breaded chicken that's been fried. We call it Milanese in our house because that's what Monica's grandmother calls it. And they absolutely love that, but it's not really particularly healthy. It's not really something I would normally eat because it's all fried. And so let's see if we can make it a little bit healthier and do it a little bit different way. And they happen to love it. I actually made this last night and I told them before they left for practice and Simone's group exercise class that I was gonna make it again. And they were excited about that. So let's make some unfried fried chicken. All right, so what we have here is your basic breaded chicken assembly line. First, the chicken. I have not had this brand of chicken before. I was at a store that I don't normally shop at for things like chicken, and it said it was traceable to family farms. So that's good. If these guys get lost, we'll know where to take them back to. But more importantly, it says vegetable and grain fed and no antibiotics ever. And the American Humane something, it just says American Humane certified. So, that looks pretty good on the label there, and that's normally the type of chicken that I would buy. Really high quality chicken. I have a local store that I shop at that I, believe in their stuff and they have good stuff. So next, we have a bowl, and then we have some eggs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack some eggs, we're gonna pop them in here with some seasoning, and then we're gonna take the chicken, dunk it around in the eggs. Then we have a plate and some breadcrumbs. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put these breadcrumbs, again, with some seasonings and whatnot, on this plate. We're gonna take the chicken, we're gonna dunk it in the eggs, we're gonna put breadcrumbs all over that chicken, and then we're gonna put it into this Pyrex. And we're gonna put that Pyrex into the oven where we're gonna bake our unfried fried chicken. All right, so step one for me is to take 2 of these eggs, and again, I may have forgotten to mention these, but these are like, your natural cage-free omega-3, trying to find healthy eggs, use good eggs. And I have 2 eggs in here with a little bit of crushed garlic. And it's probably a lot bit, if I'm honest. I really like garlic. I think it adds a ton of flavor. If you don't like garlic, don't add garlic. It's kind of that simple. I want to encourage people to really be a little bit adventurous with your cooking here. And if there are other things that you do like that you think would taste good and are going to be easily mixable, like if this crushed garlic is kind of wet, right? If I mix it with the breadcrumbs, it's going to get all gooey real fast. You got to mix dry stuff with dry stuff, wet stuff with wet stuff. If there's other things you want to put in there, go for it. And then let me know. Let me know what you add to it. All right, the next thing I do is I mix the breadcrumbs, which is most of what you see here, with some spices. I've used some garlic salt, and this one is kind of a new one for me, this adobo seasoning, and it's actually very good. It's kind of onion and garlicky. Again, I love onion and garlic. Those are really the flavors I like. I also have a little lemon pepper here. The last one I'm gonna do, I will do with lemon pepper because my daughter absolutely loves anything that has lemon pepper in it, and she'll probably actually, on the final product here, put lemon juice on it. So that's the process. Let's see how it works. All right, so the next thing is to coat the Pyrex. So I use coconut oil spray to do this, and I love coconut oil spray for a couple reasons. One, it's super healthy for you. 2, I think it tastes good. And also because it cooks really well at high temperatures. In other words, it has a high smoke point. It tolerates more heat than say if I use like olive oil to coat this. And one of the things we're gonna do with this is hit it with the broiler at some point. And so when you hit it with the broiler, if you use something like an olive oil, this pan would be an absolute nightmare. This is literally the one I used last night. I put it in the dishwasher and pulled it out. And kind of the only thing is this stuff right here that didn't get cleaned really well. Other than that, it cleaned off super easily. And part of that is because I use coconut oil spray. So there's my argument for coconut oil, and let's bread some chicken. All right, so let's put this assembly line to use. What we have here, again, is our chicken. Got some eggs with some mixed in crushed garlic, which I really like. You just kind of swoosh it around there in the egg for a little bit. That's pretty simple. Get it all eggy and covered up with eggs, and then take it over to breading. And just like you would normally bread chicken, you bread some chicken. It's just kind of about that easy. Sometimes I'll add a little bit more. Maybe even go back for some more egg. Nice. And that's it. You're just breading this chicken. Pretty simple. Then pop it on the Pyrex. One of the things that I'll show you in just a second too that I'll probably do is just spray a little bit more of that coconut oil over the top of it so that the breading really adheres to it. And then again, when we hit it with the broiler, it'll crisp up super nice. So the next step is to put it in the oven, and we'll see you when I put it in the oven. All right, so I've got the oven heated up to 350, just popping these in now. They're pretty small. The ones I cooked last night were way bigger. And so I will probably do these for 15 minutes and then flip them and do them for like, I don't know, I'm gonna look at them then. 6 to 8 minutes though, and then we'll break out the broiler. All right, so that's 15 minutes cooking time at 350. Now things get really complicated because we're gonna flip this chicken. That is really hard. You basically take some tongs and you flip it, trying to be as gentle as you can. And that's about it. So just be a little more careful than I was with that one. I kind of messed that up. So flipping it. That's the broiler. And we're now broiling. Try and get that light off of there. This requires some particular genius and attention. If you leave this in here for 5 minutes, you will have a smoking hulk left over. So like 2 or 3 minutes, pull it out, flip it. 2 or 3 minutes on the other side. Don't cook with the broiler like for any period of time. As you can probably see, it's hot. And so what we have here is what I call unfried fried chicken. And it's just breaded chicken that I've baked. You know, this is also very hot. That broiler is smoking. Even these gloves, you can feel that coming through. So I'm gonna let that cool for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get the kids down there and give them dinner. They're pretty excited about it, and so am I. So there you go. That's what it takes to make unfried fried chicken.